with the one of McMurray. 3, 4 cars around. One on its roof. One car hard into the wall.
That was
and it ends in flames and sparks.
Our front row sitter up here, he's got a torn up race car, Mark 78 car.
Jimmy Johnson, he looks okay. Front end of his car on fire. McMurray crawls across the start finish line to earn a spot in the 500. The field is frozen as of the caution flag, and Jamie McMurray's car all torn up. 59.5 great laps, and then this.
I just didn't have a good feeling when Jimmy Johnson and Jeff Gordon got side by side. I felt like that was not a good move for either one of them, and of course we had trouble.
Michael Waltrip's car into the pit wall. And Michael moving around in the car, trying to get unhooked.
He nailed the end of that wall pretty good.
Yeah, he actually had hit the inside wall before pit road first.
David Reagan.
David Reagan's car.
The winner at Talladega, his car all torn up.
And you know what? This changes everything. I mean, what's the results going to be now with all these cars wrecked? And
we're going to have to wait for an official finish. But it looks as if Casey Mears, who had to stop, did so, avoided calamity, and makes the 500. Michael Waltrip climbs out with a badly damaged car. And yes, as Jeff Gordon and Jimmy Johnson got side by side, the air over both cars seemed to stall them, and everyone else felt a sense of urgency and a need to move.
Well, let's see what happens here. The 48 and the 24, they get side by side. Here comes McMurray. Menard had a fast car all day long, and here comes McMurray, and he just gets a little bit of piece of that 48. A lot like happened in the Unlimited. Looked like Jimmy's car just got loose and spun.
Look at Clint Boyer in that 15 car get up in the air.
Thing went it did a 360. Unbelievable.
Did a barrel roll and came right back down on its wheels.
And he'll cross the start finish line because it goes all the way across the infield.
The race is over. Riding with Jimmy Johnson.
That car just stepped out a lot like it did Saturday night, Mike, when somebody got alongside of it. Man, and then he just nailed McMurray again. That was some hard hits there, folks.
That was a double-double for Jimmy Johnson. Here's another look. Just this little bit of contact right there between the one and the 48.
Yep, just enough brush on the back corner there to spin him around.
And watch the 78 Truex. He was going to start on the front row of the 500. And he jumps on the brakes but comes right into it and tears that car up pretty badly before it's all over.
Yep.
Now, remember the Labonte brothers who were 30 seconds back of the field?
Yeah.
I believe they both drove their way into the 500 in this.
Yeah, unofficially, they're both in the top 15.
Oh, me.
Clint Boyer got enough air time to qualify for his pilot's license right here.
2x2. Middle's open. Upside down. Fine, nothing else is going to hit you. Stay buckled in. Stay buckled in. Stay buckled in. Nothing else is going to hit you. You're not hitting anything. Turn left if you can. Turn left if you can. Turn left if you can. Finish the race. Start finishes at your pit box. Start finishes at your pit box. One more, a little bit more. Get your transponder back.
From Boyer on the inside.
And everybody.
Good.
Oh,
no. Are you kidding me? This is big. Wow. But it.
Boy, it just reminds me of the Clash. Same type of carnage that we saw where these cars were going everywhere. A lot of damage as they all got to turn 3.
Well, that ruined everything.
I mean, sometimes I'm speechless. I'm speechless.
You know, there's just those feel-good stories that build in a race, and Boy, Matt DiBenedetto was doing such an amazing job.
Oh, man, I know he was.
So let's go to the Goodyear blimp as drivers climb out or try to make their way back to pit road. And look at the outside lane, DiBenedetto and Paul Menard.
Yeah, Paul Menard giving a pretty nice push down the back straightaway to DiBenedetto. Gets to his right rear. Oh, yeah, that just starts to turn him a little bit.
Got him in the right rear.
And then he collects Menard.
Yeah.
Logano just misses it, but the whole outside lane and half the inside pile up.
And this is exactly what we were just talking about. At this stage in the race, you can start to taste victory in the Daytona 500. You want to see that checkered flag, and you'll do anything to get it, and you know you've got to be more aggressive with those bump drafts.
It looks exactly like the Clash. I mean, all those cars, third turn, all those cars wadded up, sliding up the track with sparks flying. It's so hard to pass here when you're on probation.
Whoa, Greg Biffle, Mark Martin in the 5 car. Mark got in the outside wall hard.
They got hung. Oh, no.
Here we go. Montoya piles in.
47 car.
Edwards is in it. Keselowski misses it. And what did Harvick just do?
He tried to shoot the gap, and he got clipped.
And Ambrose gets the worst of it.
Poor old Marcos. He had just gotten himself back up near the front. He was running like 13th.
But this is a product of 2 pit road speeding penalties, having to get your way back to the front because he had a top 5 race car.
Todd Parrott once famously said it, you're going to play back there with the squirrels, and
yeah,
something like that happens.
Yeah.
Mark Martin, a lot of damage to his number 5.
He and Biffle got hung together over there off of turn 2, and they couldn't get apart, and it just rode Mark right into the wall. See, watch these 2 cars, 16 and 5. They get hung together right here. Bam! Mark hit that wall hard.
And he was trying to get down to pit road, and you can see he's all the way down on the right front.
Actually going a little fast for the condition his car was in. He goes right up in front of Jeff Gordon.
Ooh.
They just start stacking up from there.
Watch Harvick. He sees an opening right here. Shoot that gap right there, and he got clipped a little bit, but I think he's okay.
Speaking of shooting the gap,
Keselowski, contact, Elliott, slam into the wall.
Are you kidding me?
Danica Patrick, Casey Kane.
Oh, man.
You all right?
Yeah, I'm good.
Oh, took the wind out of Chase Elliott.
Yeah, that was
Elliott, Kane, here's
violent.
Danica Patrick and Kevin Harvick.
Man, Mike,
all
these
this
guys,
blocking going on.
Well, it's at the end of these stages, and everybody, I mean, it's like all of a sudden everybody says, I want to win a stage.
And Keselowski, the pre-race favorite, has the right front torn off of his car, as does David Reagan. Chase Elliott climbs out.
Ryan put a pretty big block, but as they got down to turn 3, I look more at the momentum the 9 had and the 2 had, and that last move as Chase Elliott sees the 2 is going to go to the inside of him, and that to me is what got him turned around. Hard to see from that angle.
I just think Keselowski went up there and he got that good push. He got the push from this. I think the 78 was behind him. He dives down. He's going to, and Chase sees him and tries to block him.
Yeah, the 2 starts to make a move. The 9 reacts.
Trouble.
Correct. Here's the big one. Man.
Well, there goes half the field.
Sure does.
And it's Ryan Newman leading them around. Oh,
Jimmy Johnson. Hopes in his final Daytona 500.
Kurt Busch, another former Daytona 500 winner. Brad Keselowski trying to win it for the first time, all torn up. Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, one of the fastest Fords in this entire field. And here's Martin Truex, who couldn't get back to the lead pack and gets all torn up. Trouble.
Hey, Greg. Here's the big one. Man.
Well, there goes half the field.
Sure does.
And it's Ryan Newman leading them around. Oh,
Jimmy Johnson. Hopes in his final Daytona 500.
Kurt Busch, another former Daytona 500 winner. Brad Keselowski trying to win it for the first time, all torn up. Bubba Wallace, Eric Almirola, one of the fastest Fords in this entire field. And here's Martin Truex, who couldn't get back to the lead pack and gets all torn up. Smoke out the exhaust pipe.
That's not a tire problem for the 18 of Kyle Busch.
We are, of course, under caution with 15 to go. Watch the outside line here, Jeff.
You can see Joey Logano really aggressive to the rear bumper of the 10. He's going to push him all the way up to the 2. And they just, right before the 10 gets there, there's a little bit of movement. And that little bit of movement, when you make that much contact, turns your car right around. That's exactly what happened to Brad Keselowski and the 10 of Almirola.
And that happens right in front of most of the field.
And that really all started with a big push from Joey Logano. Remember Joey Logano talking on the radio earlier about, you got to tell me when I'm pushing that car and it's going to make contact with the car in front of us. Well, that happened right there with his teammate.
Here's our Ford onboard camera with Logano.
You could hear he started to lift, but unfortunately Almirola's car started sort of swaying back and forth right before he made contact with the 2. Hooks his bumper, turns him around.
Oh, he slammed Alex Bowman. And then it's on. And for the second time in less than a handful of years, Eric Almirola.
Look at this. It looks like a Daytona restart.
That was the move right there, to get the 3 wide, get down in there and get the lead. Here comes Montoya.
Here comes Kane on the bottom.
No out of bounds here at Atlanta. You can go down below the yellow line.
That was,
McMurray and Boyer get together. Kurt Busch is in it.
Here we go. Another green-white checker.
Mark Martin in the fence.
If we got anybody left.
Caution before the white flag. And you're right, Darrell. If anybody's able to get going, we'll do it again.
Do that to me one more time. Once is never enough.
It's 3 green-white checkered attempts, or if we have enough cars left to do it.
That's it.
Well, Kurt Busch made a move on that restart that said, pay the man, and jumped out to the lead. He's going to have to find a way to do it again.
Fresh deck now, baby. Fresh deck.
Replays beginning with the restart. Watch the deuce.
He timed this perfectly.
Boyer has to lead them to the line. The 33 is the race
Menard
leader.
down there. He can't get going. Holds him up just a little bit. Jamie tries to look under and can't make it.
Kurt Busch made the move.
He just forced his way through there.
And Montoya with him. And then McMurray starts to back up a bit.
Yeah, down here in turn 3 is when it gets crazy, because you see here's the 9 down in below the yellow line. That forces the 1 up. And when he forces the 1 up, I think he gets into Boyer. Jamie was trying to block, but he realized he was going way too fast.
Here comes Kenseth. Oh, yeah.
One just walked up the racetrack, gets into Boyer, and it was on from there. Little boy Mark Martin came in there and hard lick on Martin Truex Jr.
Ambrose, nice job to miss that one. Greg Biffle, too.
48.
And Gilliland.
48. I don't know how he got